Hello. This is Umitencho back with another video today. Now, it's plenty of videos out there, talking about what's wrong with YouTube and whatnot. So I sort of want to focus rather than just be like another negative Nancy, like, oh, this is what's wrong with it. It's like people much bigger than me, more in the system, know more about YouTube problems than me. So I just let them handle it. But what I want to do is, maybe make some suggestions on how we can improve the website. So this time around, we're going to talk about video responses. So up to 2012, we had a feature where basically you could submit a comment in the form of a video. And it would show up, I believe, right above the comment section. What happened was in 2012, there was an exploit found basically by a group, a category of content called Reply Girls, where they would make video responses to like highly viewed content. And in order to get people to click on their content, they would make thumbnails sexually suggestive, I can't speak, sexually suggestive thumbnails, usually pointing down towards their cleavage and whatnot. And the video content itself, rather than being an actual comment or response to the response to the video content in question, they might make like very bad summaries of the video in question, and the video itself would be also suggestive. It would be focused more on their cleavage and whatnot. And what tended to happen was, because of the way YouTube worked back into prior to 2012, it was more focused on clicks. There was massive drama around the website, because you would click into a video, and then at least on the right side, on the right column where the video suggestions were, it would just be these reply, I guess they call them reply girls. It would just be basically like a long line of cleavage shots, basically. I do remember there was a time where I remember there was like, they started coming out with videos where the video itself, they would be in like these like soft core porn, so what do you call it, positions and whatnot. It got really bad. So YouTube did two things. The first thing it did was it changed how the algorithm worked, that's when we started to focus on video retention, which is how much of the video are you watching after you click it. Because what would happen is people would click on the video after 10 seconds or so, and then get angry, downvote it, and then leave out. So this pretty much pulled them out of getting into put them out of the algorithm, because their low retention rates meant that this is not something that people want to watch. And then the obvious thing that YouTube did in 2012, among a other host of other things that just hit the site as well, was they just removed video responses as a feature. We don't have video response. We haven't had video responses it's been 10 years. So since we had video responses, I know one of the things that happened that has affected that from this reply girl drama that has sort of hit everybody, for example, is the thumbnails. I think with the reply girls, the content creators really realized that thumbnails is something that they should pay attention to. It doesn't really matter if you have the best video on earth if people are not attracted to if the thumbnail does not induce people to click, right? Because that thumbnail in your video title is going to be the first impression people have. So that's when thumbnails really became a part of the consideration when how content creators do their content and all that other stuff. So that's in the consideration. But anyway, back to video responses. So how I would bring it back, because obviously if you can't really bring back the original the way it was, in my opinion, even though we're on the video retention era. I think there are some changes that would need to be done in order to make video responses more manageable. So the first thing I would do is, in order for a video response to end up in a suggested section, which can be found at the end of the video, and obviously on the right column of a video's page, it needs to have its view count be equal to a third of the original video's view count. So, for example, let's say a video has 450,000 views. The video response needs at least 150,000 to get considered to be put in the suggested column. And I would also limit the max amount of video responses that can end up in the in the suggested column would be 2. So how they want to do it, if it's 2 on the right column, 2 at the end of the video, or a combination of both, let them decide on that. To reduce the incidence of people getting bombarded with inappropriate thumbnails, because obviously you don't want little 9-year-old Jimmy to be watching a big creator's video, and he looks at the video responses and it is what it is. You don't want it to be, you don't want Jamie to get hit with get exposed to like the titty shots and all the other stuff, and now parents are forced to explain the birds and the bees to their 9-year-old child and all the other stuff. So what I would do is make video responses semi-hidden. I have an example down that you can see, like in order people have to basically opt in to order to see video responses and whatnot. Obviously content that has been marked for kids is not eligible for video responses, and maybe just for, because with these big content creators, they get big basically off of preteens and all that other stuff. So maybe add in parental controls where they can toggle on and off the ability to see video responses, and then for the then how it would show up, it would be like how the page is formatted today. It would just wouldn't, the option to show it wouldn't even show up. What else? Just thinking for a moment. Oh, and then for the how it would format, I would give like 3 options. It could be horizontally, vertically, or do the Reddit image style, where on a Reddit post, if you post more than one image, you can see it a single image, and flip it through and all that stuff. So, you know how it is, how social media websites tend to handle posts with multiple image, and whatnot. Sort by views and date, and with ascending and descending options. So, do you think that video responses should return? What else and if you do think that they should return, what other changes should be made? Let me know in the comment section down below. Social medias are in the video description. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. This is Umitencho, and I want you all to have a wonderful weekend.